What do you do when the love you're pouring into someone starts to feel like it's being shared? Not in an obvious way. No public betrayal, no dramatic confessions, just that quiet shift. You feel it late at night when the room's silent, but your gut isn't. She laughs at texts you never see. She says she's just tired. Again, she looks at you, but doesn't really see you. Let's not lie to ourselves. You've probably asked, am I just being paranoid? But here's the thing. Betrayal doesn't always kick down the door. Sometimes it whispers, through distance, through disinterest, through the sudden silence where connection used to be. Most women don't confess when they cheat. They leak it, through their tone, through avoidance, through the way their energy no longer reaches you. And if you're a man who's been sitting in confusion, second-guessing your worth, constantly wondering if it's all in your head, this message is for you. Because it's not in your head, it's in the patterns. This video isn't about hate, it's not about revenge. It's about awareness, the kind that Stoicism trains us for. To stop chasing closure from someone who's already closed the door, and to start facing the truth with calm, unshakable clarity. So before we go deeper, ask yourself this. If she truly loved you, why do you feel like you're fading? You ever hear her say, we're just friends? And your gut just clenches? It's one of the oldest lines in the book, and the most rehearsed. She says it casually, like she said it 100 times before. Smooth, quick, almost like it's been practiced in front of a mirror. But here's the truth most guys ignore until it's too late. Just friends is rarely just that, because women, most of the time, they don't cheat with strangers. They cheat with someone familiar, someone you've probably met. Maybe you've had a drink with the guy. Maybe he smiled at you across the table at her birthday dinner. You didn't see him as a threat because he played it safe, played it close. But trust me, it's always someone who already had access. You start noticing subtle changes. She's laughing at her phone, but won't show you the screen. Her phone's always flipped over. And when you ask who it is, suddenly you're the insecure one. Here's what Stoicism teaches us. Don't drown in emotions. Don't accuse blindly. Observe. Recognize patterns. Trust the wisdom beneath the noise. You're not overreacting. You're not jealous. You're finally awake to what your instincts have been whispering all along. So next time you hear, we're just friends, ask yourself, is she reassuring you or trying to shut down what you already know? You ever bring up something that doesn't sit right with you and she cuts you off with, you're overthinking it? Let me tell you something. That phrase is a smokescreen. It's not meant to ease your mind. It's meant to shut it down. It's the verbal equivalent of slamming a laptop shut when someone walks in the room. Why? Because you're getting too close to the truth. By the time she says that, you've already started noticing things. The way her energy shifts when a certain name pops up. The way she guards her phone like it holds government secrets. Late night texts that suddenly need no explanation. You're overthinking it is what people say when they don't want you to connect the dots. It's not your mind that's the problem. It's the facts your mind is beginning to process. Now, a man without self-awareness might react with anger, interrogate, accuse, spiral. But a man rooted in Stoic clarity, he doesn't explode. He observes. He verifies. He lets the truth reveal itself through action, not words. If she diminishes your emotional honesty, that's not love. That's damage control. Remember, you're not crazy, brother. You're just seeing clearly what she hoped you'd never notice. You deserve better than me. Sounds noble, right? Almost poetic, like she's doing you a favor. But don't let the softness fool you. That line isn't love. It's exit strategy wrapped in guilt. When a woman says that, she's not being vulnerable. She's avoiding responsibility. It means she's done something she doesn't want to confess. And instead of coming clean, she's slipping out the back door with a halo still on. You'll notice it before she says it. She goes cold. Texts get slower. Conversations get shorter. You start to feel like an option instead of a priority. And then one day, she drops the line. Not to save your heart, but to soothe her own conscience. Because by that point, she's already checked out. emotionally, mentally, and in some cases, physically, with someone else already lined up. Here's the Stoic truth. A man who respects himself doesn't beg for clarity that's already obvious. He doesn't chase love that's walking away. He lets go with dignity, not because he's weak, but because he refuses to lose himself trying to hold on to someone who's already gone. So when you hear, "You deserve better than me," ask yourself, if I really did, then why didn't she give it to me? You're being controlling. Sounds harsh, right? It stings. Not because it's true, but because deep down, you know it's not. Here's the twist of modern relationships. When a man sets healthy boundaries, it's often misbranded as control. When he expresses concerns calmly, clearly, like a grown man trying to protect what matters, suddenly he's insecure. He's possessive. He's the problem. But let's get real. There's a massive difference between being controlling and having standards. Control is when you try to own someone. Standards are when you refuse to accept disrespect. If you ask about the late night texts, the new solo outings, the phone that's always flipped over, and her response is to shame you for noticing, that's not love. That's emotional deflection. Because a woman who's loyal doesn't dodge the conversation. She leans in. She wants clarity as much as you do. She doesn't weaponize pop psychology from Instagram to avoid accountability. Stoicism teaches us this. Your responsibility is to speak truth, not to make everyone comfortable. So if she labels your voice controlling the moment you start asking real questions, understand this clearly. It's not your standards she fears. It's what they might expose. I just need time to figure myself out. Sounds wise, reflective, like she's doing some deep soul searching. But here's the Stoic truth. Most women already know what they want. They're just not ready to admit, it's no longer you. This phrase is the emotional waiting room before the breakup. It's not about growth. It's not about clarity. It's about delay, about holding you close just in case, while quietly exploring what else might be out there. She's not asking for space to become a better partner. She's asking for distance so she can start slipping away unnoticed. You'll feel it. She becomes distant, distracted. Her texts lose warmth. Her presence feels like she's somewhere else. Because she is. And here's what Stoicism reminds us. Don't beg, don't chase, don't cling. If she asks for space, give her the whole galaxy. Because a woman in love doesn't create distance, she closes it. She wants to be with you, not away from you. So when she says, I need time, hear what she's really saying. I've already made my decision. I just want you to let go first, so I don't have to look like the one who walked away. You deserve someone who's sure about you, not someone who keeps you around while they figure out their escape. If even one of those phrases we covered today sounded familiar, it's not a coincidence. It's a signal. You're not paranoid. You're not imagining things. You're just finally seeing what she hoped you'd never notice. Because a woman who truly loves you doesn't hide behind vague lines like, we're just friends. You're overthinking it. You deserve better. She tells the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. She leans in, not away. She respects your honesty instead of punishing you for it. And if you've been made to feel crazy, needy, or insecure for simply listening to your gut, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You're not broken. You're becoming aware. This isn't about hate. It's about healing. It's about learning to move with calm strength instead of emotional chaos. That's what Stoicism gives us. Not numbness, but clarity. Not revenge, but peace. And not fear, but freedom. So if you're ready to stop doubting your worth and start walking in truth, hit that subscribe button. And if you've ever heard one of those phrases and knew deep down what it really meant, drop the word clarity in the comments. Because your future self, the man you're becoming, he's watching. Let's give him someone he can be proud of.